of the perfect food to make when it's cold outside? Hello YouTubers and preppers, welcome to the channel. If you're new, welcome to the family. I'm Evita Cooks and Preps with, you guessed it, another soup recipe. Before moving on to the recipe, I'd like to thank you guys for your great support. If you're new, welcome. Consider subscribing to the channel, like, share, and comment for the YouTube algorithms. And don't forget to activate the notification bell to be notified when I upload new videos. And remember that your comments and your thumbs up help the channel grow. It also tells YouTube that you're enjoying the content and you want to see more. What kind of soup I'm making? I just realized I have not told you what we're making, and today I have prepared for you my version of corn chowder. And the best part is that besides being delicious, this chowder takes under 20 minutes. Let's get right to it. And in the pot I'm going to be adding a combination of extra virgin olive oil and unsalted butter. I use both, especially because for this particular soup, I don't want the butter to brown, and the olive oil helps to keep the butter from browning. I'm gonna wait for the butter to melt, and I have the heat on medium. While that's happening, let's talk about the type of bacon that I'll be using for this chowder. And I have some turkey bacon left over from yesterday's breakfast. The butter is nice and melted. And I'm just simply going to brown the turkey bacon. This is gonna take a few minutes, but you wanna make sure that you stir constantly so that your bacon doesn't burn. And you guys know by now that I like to have everything pre-measured. First of all, for the sake of time, because I want to be able to keep the videos as short as possible without leaving any of the important details and processes of the video. So I have the potatoes that I'm using already peeled, washed, and diced, some carrots, I have some onion, I'll be using some fresh thyme that I picked from the garden early this morning. I have all the condiments pre-measured as well. The corn that I'm going to be using to make the chowder today is frozen. You can use fresh or canned, whatever you have available is fine. I'm also going to be using cream of corn, of course. And by now you guys know that I am an affiliate of Redmond real salt, and I'll be using some Redmond real salt for this soup. But remember, we always want to season, whether you're making soup, rice, or meats, you want to season it gradually, or in layers in this case, so that you don't over salt it. Since I'm using bacon, even though this is turkey bacon, it's still a little bit salty, so you want to make sure that you don't add too much salt right at the start of the cooking process, so that you don't end up with an extremely salty soup. Okay, our bacon looks good. It's not ready yet. I want it nice and crispy because I'm going to be using the bacon to garnish the chowder. The bacon is ready, and I'm gonna set it aside for garnish later on and continue building the chowder in the same pot. I still have the heat on medium, and to the pot I'm going to be adding the onions. And I'm going to just simply cook the onions until they become translucent and soft. That takes about 2 minutes on medium heat. To the onions, I'm adding the fresh thyme that I picked early this morning, and I'm adding them whole because it's very easy to pluck them out before you serve the soup. In this chowder, I think the thyme plays a very good role. It does a fantastic job at adding an aromatic lemony flavor that I absolutely love. And because I'm sauteing it with the onions, I'm extracting all that lovely thyme oil that is going to perfume the onions and the soup throughout the whole process. Okay, to the onions and thyme, I'm going to be adding the ever so popular, but always optional, red chili flakes. You know I always use red chili flakes in these types of soups. I'm also adding the Redmond real salt, black pepper, and some chicken bouillon powder. And for the color and all the wonderful health benefits it offers, I'm going to be adding some organic turmeric powder. And this, like I said, is going to give the chowder a more intense yellow color. If you don't have the turmeric, you can omit it, of course. We're going to continue building the chowder, now coming in with the diced potatoes. I'm also going to be adding the carrots. Looking good, smelling wonderful. I'm going to increase the heat to high and go ahead and add the broth. I'm using unsalted chicken broth. You could use vegetable broth. You could even use water, but honestly, it's going to definitely impact the flavor of the chowder. I'm going to wait for this to come to a boil. Take a look at that lovely color. Gorgeous. And now we can add the cream of corn, the milk, and I'm using whole milk, and I'm also using some heavy cream. If you don't have heavy cream, you can use half and half. In addition to the chicken, I'm also adding the frozen corn. You can use fresh or canned. Whatever you have available is fine. I'm bringing this back to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, I will reduce the heat to medium-low, cover it, and continue cooking it on medium-low for about 10 to 12 minutes or until the chicken is cooked and the carrots and potatoes are tender. Prepared another quick, easy, and hearty soup that is perfect any day of the week, but especially on a cold winter night. For more delicious soup recipes, consider subscribing to the channel, like, share, and comment for the YouTube algorithms, and activate the bell so you never miss out on any of my videos. Until next time, I'm Evita, Cooks and Preps. Buen provecho y hasta la próxima. Bon appetit! Oh my goodness. Delicious. You really have to try it.